This one is for all of you out there who are new to chording and want to be able to transition between your chords a little bit more smoothly. So the way we do this is using something called inversions. And inversions can be a little bit confusing, especially as a beginner. What they do is they allow us to move between our chords without having to bounce around the piano. So if you are only playing root position chords, you might be playing your song C, G, A minor, F. So you're having to travel around a lot, and it can be fairly limiting. What you can do is you can use inversions to move something like this, or like this, which sounds really cool, and it's actually a little bit easier once you've memorized those movements. So I'm going to teach you a couple of the most common shape transitions so that you can commit this to your muscle memory and be able to play these transitions really, really easily. So the first one I want you to remember is moving from your one chord. So in the key of C, C is my one, and when I build a stack of notes that are kind of like a 1, 3, 5 shape here, this is root position. My next chord I'm going to travel to, because this is the most popular chord progression. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me. Or you shout it out, but I can't hear a word you say. Right? All of the pop songs use this. So I'm going to be moving from my 1 to my 5. Now you can use a shortcut, which is your inversion, and you can use 1, 5. I'm playing the exact same notes, but I'm simply using an inversion, or what I like to call a shortcut. And if you memorize this shape, it works in any key. So here's your root position shape. From the 1 to get to the 5, you keep your top note, because this is the 5. This is the 5th note that we're going to be traveling to, and we're going to build that chord below it. So this is all you have to do to get there. So your 1, 3, 5, your 2 takes over from the 3, and your thumb steps down. So if you practice that a whole bunch of times, C, G, you can say 1, 5. You'll begin to memorize that movement, and you won't have to think about it anymore. It'll be second nature. So we've gone from a root position 1 chord to a first inversion. That's the technical term, 5 chord. So that's the first thing to learn. Now once you've mastered that, if you're playing a popular song, you're going to be moving from your 1 to your 5. Then you're going to go to the minor 6. So in the key of C, that's A minor. And you'll notice from here, the shortcut shape to the A minor is it's simple to use that root position. So go for it. Use root position here. To cap everything off, we're going to be going here, which is the 4 chord. So the second little chunk to memorize here is the transition from the minor 6 to the 4. So how that's done is we've got A, C, and E, and all we need to make an F chord, which is our 4, is an F, an A, and a C. And look we've already got A and C right here. So we have to travel that 5 finger up. And when I do that, I sort of transition my 3 for my 2, because it feels a little better that way. So that's what you have to memorize, minor 6 to 4. So do that a bazillion times until you don't have to think about it anymore. And again, this works in any key. I'll show you in a moment. So let's put this all together. So here's your 1. Here's your shortcut to the 5, where you drop the 2 and the 1 down. Here's the root position minor 6. And then we're going to swap our 3 for our 2 and bring our 5 finger up to get to the 4. So now you can get through that progression without bouncing your hands around. You can have a lot of fun with it. And you'll look like a pro. And you'll be able to translate that to any key. So I'll show you that real quick. If I wanted to do this in the key of G, that would mean G is my new 1. So remember that movement from 1 to 5, where we keep our 5 and we drop. We're going to consider that the key of G has an F sharp, so this is the shape. 1, 5, 1, 5. The minor 6 in the key of G is E minor. And remember that the 4 chord, we only need to change 1 note. So we are going to simply bop our 5 finger up, and we're there. We're where we want to be. So it's a shape. Yeah, so you can deconstruct this and you can pick apart all the notes of the chord and process reordering them that way. But once you've memorized these shapes and how it feels to transition through the inversions this way, you'll begin to start to look at your chord progressions a little bit differently. And I've only shown you one of so many possible combinations. So I hope you enjoy learning this, memorizing this set of transitions, and comment below to let me know what your favorite song to play is right now. I'd love to hear. Have fun.